Hello everyone, this is Dreamwalker. Welcome to my channel, True Source, the channel that helps bring you closer to clarity. Today I'm going to do just a sort of check-in reading. It's a Lenormand, using Lenormand cards and an energy oracle deck. Just a short reading, 3-card draw, trying to give you an idea of maybe what's coming up for the next couple of days. This is a general reading. It is a collective sort of reading, and that means that it may or may not resonate with you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So let's get started. First, I'll talk a little bit about what I've done with the cards currently. So far, what I've done is I've shuffled them a little bit just to sort of clear the energy from the previous readings and cleanse them with some of my amazing liquid smudge, liquid sage, so that I don't have to do too much with smoke. And then I've chosen a few stones to kind of give them the energy of the stones for this reading. The Lenormand cards have the what is this? Fluorite, which is a good stone for a focus. It's green fluorite. And the Energy Oracle deck has kyanite, which is a good stone for also sort of focus, but also more like a cleansing stone or a support stone. So let's get started. I'm just going to take a few moments with the first deck and clear my head and infuse the cards with my energy. What we're looking for is just some information for the collective for the next few days. What do we most need to know? What is the most important? What can we expect the next few days through the weekend? So we have romance, isolation or separation, or institutions. And we have the Mountain, which can mean enemies or challenges. Lenormand cards are read a little bit differently from tarot. So this reading, the way that I'm going to interpret it may not be the way that you would interpret Lenormand cards, or definitely is not how you would interpret or read tarot cards, but let's just see what we have here. So what I'm getting is that the main focus is this tower here. So for me right now, this is reading more as separation and isolation than it is institutions. The tower card can really mean either some sort of institution, a business, the government, hospitals, that sort of thing, depending on what cards surround it. But it also is a symbol of separation, isolation, as if you were the person in this card going all the way up to the tower to be by yourself, to think, to go inward, to introspect. So this is the central card of the reading, which means that this is the central theme of the next few days is isolation. So maybe for some of you that might mean that you're taking a break, you're kind of going within. Maybe you need to do some inner healing, maybe do some inner work, maybe spend some time alone and collect your thoughts. But the interesting part is that the romance card is right next to the isolation card. And so the way Lenormand is read, this romance card is more like a subject, and the tower card here would be more like the adjective that describes that subject. So isolated or separated romance. This could also be more like either you're spending time away from your romantic situation, or this is a calling for self-love. So internal romance or love of the self. The outer card here, the Mountain, does sort of indicate that there have been challenges with self-love in the past and maybe some also challenges going forward. So this reading to me is really giving me the idea that you've maybe as a collective, some of you have been having trouble dealing with focusing on loving the self, maybe even forgiveness, and that these cards are really telling you that in the next few days that trouble, or not trouble, but that challenge may show up starkly for you. And that may just be a calling to healing, a calling to putting your attention to the self, taking your attention away from outside circumstances and going inward in order to heal something. So that's our 3-card reading. Let's get a little bit of clarity and maybe some idea of some additional information from the Energy Oracle deck. Just want to clarify the Lenormand reading with a little bit of an extra information from this Energy Oracle. Looking primarily for one card here. Don't want to confuse things too much. The way that Lenormand works is it basically does have all of the information you need in it. Once in a while, because the cards can have such double meanings or different meanings, I do like to get a little bit of additional information from a different deck, sometimes a regular tarot deck, or in this case, the Energy Oracle. So we have the Victory card. And this Victory card is upside down, which does sort of give me the idea that something may be blocked here. It may mean that there is a delay in the healing. Maybe you've been working on some healing of self-love and self-forgiveness, and there's a delay, and maybe that's what this mountain is indicating, is that the work you've been doing may feel for a time like it is not coming to fruition. It may mean that what you're doing needs to be restructured, or you may need to consider changing the way that you're going about the process, thinking about it differently. And this card also sometimes can indicate that you should surrender to what's going on. So surrendering to the situation and not stressing yourself out about what's going wrong in the situation. Or, I think what I'm getting right now is that a lot of people feel like they've been doing a lot of the work that they should be doing on themselves, that they are working on self-love, they're working on unconditional love, they're working on forgiving themselves, forgiving others, and doing the healing work, but they're still feeling like they're not seeing the results. And I think that that's maybe what this card is trying to tell us, is that giving us this further clarity that there is a feeling of not getting the results that you've been hoping for or looking for. Again, I feel that the message here is to go ahead and surrender to the current situation and allow yourself to go inward, spend that time deciding if what you're currently doing is working for you, and maybe if there is a change that might be necessary. I think we'll get one more card. One more card. This time focusing more on advice, how to move forward. This one jumps out. Oh my gosh, this is the anxiety card. So we're really kind of getting a lot of anxiety around this process right now, which is pretty typical, I would say. The anxiety card being upside down, however, does indicate that relief is coming. There is going to be a release of this anxiety. It will mean that relaxed and more peaceful times are on the way. And then the action card here in the upright position is saying that it is time to start moving forward. It is time to take the reins yourself. You know, we've got some horses in this picture, although the horses are wild and free, but it is time for you to take control of the situation yourself. It is time to be a little bit more aggressive in achieving your goals, moving forward, and knowing that you are on the right track. So even though you might feel like there's a delay, sometimes the delay is necessary in order to make you stop, pause, think, consider what's going on, and slow down, you know. And so this is saying, yes, there is a delay. Maybe you'll feel a delay, or this is the sense that you're getting, is that there's a delay in the work you've been doing or the results of the work you've been doing. But know that the relief is coming, and that you are on the right track. You are doing what you're supposed to be doing. Continue to take leaps and bounds forward. Continue to move forward. Continue to take action. So I think that that's pretty clear. You know, just in summary, again, lots of us are working on self-love. Lots of us are working on going inside, spending time alone, and really beginning to focus on our internal world. A lot of us are seeking our purpose at this time, and know that even though you have perceived challenges in this arena, even though you have maybe seen delays in your progress, or you're not certain, and you've had maybe a little anxiety about whether or not what you're doing is what you should be doing, know that you are doing what you should be doing, that everything is coming, that sometimes delays are necessary, but that the anxiety that you feel and the challenges that you perceive will be melting away. Everything is about perception, and if you perceive anxiety, then you'll feel anxiety. If you choose to perceive that you're on the right track, that you're moving in the right direction, then you'd be surprised how well you can change the way that you feel about a particular situation just by changing your perception. So I hope that you enjoyed that. Please like, subscribe, share if you did. Again, this is a general collective reading, so if it didn't resonate with you, don't worry about it. It just maybe wasn't for you today. Thank you, and namaste.